Ebullient, pronounced ebullient. It's an adjective. Picture someone bursting with happy energy, cheerful, lively, and overflowing with excitement that they just can't keep inside. People who are ebullient light up a room with their bubbly enthusiasm. A nice synonym would be exuberant or bubbly. For example, the ebullient host greeted every guest with a huge smile and contagious laughter. Abate, pronounced abate. This is a verb. It means to become less intense or to gradually reduce something, like a storm losing its power or pain slowly fading away until it's much weaker than before. Two close synonyms are subside and diminish. Here's an example. We waited inside until the storm began to abate. Pragmatic, pragmatic. Adjective, meaning solving problems in a practical and sensible way. Synonyms, practical, realistic. Example, she took a pragmatic approach to the problem, focusing on what would actually work. The word is austere, pronounced austere. It is an adjective meaning severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. Synonyms include stern and ascetic. An example sentence, the monk lived an austere life in a simple, cold stone room. Diffident, pronounced D-I-F-I-dunt. It's an adjective. Diffident describes someone who lacks confidence in themselves, a shy, hesitant person who holds back and doubts their own abilities, often unsure whether to speak up or step forward. You might say someone is timid or self-doubting. For example, the diffident intern hesitated before sharing her brilliant idea. Adroit, pronounced adroit. It's an adjective. Adroit describes someone who is impressively skillful and clever, especially with their hands or in handling tricky situations. They make difficult things look easy and effortless. Two close synonyms are skillful and dexterous. Here's an example. The adroit chef diced the vegetables with lightning speed. Contentious, pronounced contentious. This is an adjective. It describes something likely to spark heated disagreement or argument, a topic so divisive that people quickly take opposing sides and debate it passionately. Two close synonyms are controversial and divisive. For example, the new policy became a contentious issue, dividing the entire community. Arduous, pronounced arduous. This is an adjective. It describes a task or journey that demands a huge amount of effort, energy, and endurance, something so difficult and tiring that it really tests your strength and patience. Two close synonyms are grueling and laborious. For example, the climbers faced an arduous trek up the steep, icy mountain. Commensurate, pronounced commensurate. It's an adjective. When two things are commensurate, they match each other in size, amount, or importance. One is fair and proportional to the other, like a reward that fits the effort you put in. For example, her salary was commensurate with her years of experience. The word is dubious, pronounced as dubious. It's an adjective. Dubious means doubtful or questionable. Synonyms are suspicious and uncertain. For example, the dubious character lurked around the corner. Corroborate, pronounced corroborate. Verb, meaning, to support with evidence or make more certain. Synonyms, confirm, verify. Example sentence, the witness will corroborate the suspect's alibi. The word dearth is pronounced as D-E-A-R-T-H. It is a noun that means a scarcity or lack of something. For example, the drought led to a dearth of food in the region. Elucidate, pronounced Elucidate. It's a verb. When you elucidate something, you make a confusing or difficult idea clear by explaining it in detail, almost like shining a light on something dark so people can finally understand it. Synonyms include clarify and explain. For example, the teacher used a simple diagram to elucidate the complex theory. Convoluted, pronounced convoluted. It's an adjective. When something is convoluted, it's so twisted, complicated, and full of unnecessary detail that it becomes really hard to follow. Think of instructions or arguments that loop around so much you lose track. Synonyms include complicated and tangled. Here's an example. The instructions were so convoluted that nobody could finish the assignment. The word is eclectic, pronounced eclectic. It is an adjective that means deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. Synonyms include diverse and wide-ranging. For example, her room has an eclectic mix of modern and vintage furniture. Supposition, pronounced supposition. Noun, a belief or assumption held without proof or certain knowledge. Synonyms, assumption, conjecture. Example sentence, his theory was based on supposition rather than solid evidence. Abeyance, pronounced abeyance. It's a noun. Abeyance describes a state where something is temporarily paused or put on hold. Not finished, just set aside until later, waiting to be picked up again. People often use it for plans, decisions, or rules that are suspended for a while. For example, the construction project was held in abeyance until the funding was approved. Equivocal, pronounced equivocal. Adjective, meaning open to more than one interpretation, or ambiguous. Synonyms, ambiguous, vague. For example, the politician gave an equivocal answer to the reporter's direct question. Bombastic, pronounced bomb-bass-tic. It's an adjective. Bombastic describes language or behavior that sounds big, grand, and showy, full of inflated words meant to impress, even though there's often little real substance behind it. Two close synonyms are pompous and grandiose. Here's an example. The politician's bombastic speech was full of grand promises, but offered no real solutions. Aesthetic, pronounced aesthetic. This word can be an adjective or a noun. It's all about beauty and the way something looks or feels to the senses. When we say something is aesthetic, we mean it's pleasing to look at, or it's connected to a particular style of beauty and good design. Two close synonyms are artistic and tasteful. Here's an example. The cafe's minimalist aesthetic made every corner perfect for photos.